It ain't that much to talk about because that's why I put it in the chat. I was like, damn, ain't shit to talk about on SmackDown. That lets you know I don't
It
care.
was. I
Was
mean,
it?
you be.
I didn't even put it in the notes. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck is there to talk about? I said, you know what? We got enough to talk about. We can reference SmackDown during the predictions because it is Clash week,
Mhm.
so we can reference whatever happened. And I think I did save some pictures from it just in case we do switch to SmackDown. But I was like, damn, ain't shit to talk about for SmackDown. So
There's like a couple of little things you could hit on or here or there or whatever, but like
other than them being, well, they was in the UK. I forgot
they
where.
was in Dublin.
Dublin. Yeah, they was in Ireland. So the show
Mm.
started at like, if you watched it using the VPN, it started at like 12 o'clock.
It was like it was in the middle of the
That.
day. I can't even tell you what time or whatever.
Yeah, was it 2? Yeah, it was 3 o'clock. It was 3 o'clock. It was like at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central Time. So you was still at work.
Yeah, very much so.
and they gave me a random day off after working 2 to 3 weekends in a row. They said, hey, yeah, here's here's a whole nearly a week off, even though you about to work long hours again this week. Because I saw my schedule for next week. They was like, oh yeah, you thought you was safe? You thought you was safe? Here's 50 more hours. Here's 50 more hours the week after. Like, great, thanks, guys.
Be like, look, guess what? Another one.
If I didn't, honestly, real rap. If I didn't have that weekend, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday off to go to a reunion,
Mm-hmm.
they would have had me work all that week too. They would have been like, yeah, we just gonna give you one day off. We're gonna have you come in through the weekend too. I'm like, well, goddamn, can I sleep? Can I
Right?
date? Can I go get a maiden or something? Shit.
Like,
Yeah,
can
what
a
got me?
brother do something besides work?
Because the funny thing is, it's my job is fun,
Mm-hmm.
but taxing at the same time because you have to sit there
Yeah.
during the actual show. Like some people, they get to do the show, they get to set up for the show and go home. Me, I set up for a show, I got to sit there. Sometimes those shows be 8 to 10 hours straight, and then by
Yeah.
the time I get home, I'll be mentally just like, okay, I need a nap.
Bro, especially like doing what you do when you got people who don't know how to like properly use a microphone or and wait, not just a handheld, but if they don't know how to use like the lavalier mic or whatever, or like you put it on them and then they move it and all you hear
Dog, dog. See, there's two forms of mics that I have to ring out the room for. There's the lavalier, which one you clip on your shirt, and they have the countryman, the one where you put over your ear. I
Mm,
prefer the countryman because they ain't got to do shit. All I have to do is put it on their ear,
yeah,
and sometimes depending on if they have a beard, if they don't have a beard, then I can't do it. I'll just tape it to their face, and I tell them every time, you ain't got to do shit. You ain't got to touch nothing, because no matter where you turn your head, the mic is gonna follow you. You ain't gotta adjust nothing. You're good.
yeah.
But nah, when it's a live, man, I'll be having it right here. Next thing I know, I'm looking down. I look up, the thing all the way down here. So they go from sounding like this to sound like this. So, hey, can you turn me up?
Bruh,
No, I can't.
I'm not gonna lie, bruh. Like that's this one complaint I have about this one church service that I was watching um online. It was like whoever is running the audio, you have to be quick when the pastor's like moving the microphone around if he's walking around.
Hmm.
And sometimes I think whoever it is be sleep, dog, because I'd be like, what the hell? I can't hear nothing. I have to turn the volume up on the computer. Or if I'm on the TV, I gotta turn it up on the TV, and then it get real loud, and I gotta turn it back down. I'm like, bruh, can you control the audio, please?
Whoever is controlling that don't know, or I don't know what board they're using, because there's a way you can actually there's a feature on the board where you program it to go post fader.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, when it's post fader, whatever you put in the board, whatever's coming in the board, and whatever you're sending out, and you put it in a separate channel,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds the same as you hear it out in the house.
Yeah,
Where if it's
see,
pre-fader or if it's
mhm.
default, it's gonna sound loud. You have you're just sending out raw audio with no EQ, no compressor, no nothing. When I'm running the sound and I'm sending it out, I always post fade it because I don't want nobody. I would rather the volume be kind of compressed and they turn it up than it blasting these people's ears out and then it clips and it distort and it sounds like trash.
Yeah, see, and that's what like you gotta, because it's always the handheld mic,
Hmm.
and so you gotta make sure like that mic is consistent. You know what I'm saying?
And you also got to train your people too. Like you got to train the pastor. Like, hey, bro, hey, pastor, you're using a handheld mic. Can you make sure it stays to your mouth? There are ways you can talk into the mouth into the mic, and when you're hyped, you can actually hold the microphone and you can rest it on your chin and sound like this while you're yelling.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have it all the way over here, you're gonna sound a little different. If you have it over here, I barely get you. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's not a
Mm-hmm.
live there mic where picks up like it's a condenser mic. It barely I can barely talk to you, motherfucker. Like I can barely hear you.
Dog, that shit be driving me crazy. I'd be like,
Oh, trust me, I can go all day when it comes to these what you call it, these microphones, man. Like
bruh,
because
like it is, and the thing is, like you said, if you're a board op and you know what you're doing, you can fix a lot of that stuff. And if you're, especially if you're working with somebody over a period of time, you can start to learn and figure out their style. Then you can be like, okay, hey, listen. And if it's a guest speaker, you could be like, all right, let's do a mic check. And here's what I need you to be conscious of when you're up there talking. I need you to make sure you hold it in a certain position. Da 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 da. If you're gonna hold it, if you're just gonna stand at the podium, I need you to make sure you're speaking, directly here, projecting your voice, what have you. But it be, bruh, it just be like I'll see like certain stuff on TV or whatever, and I'll be like, yeah, the technical director's getting fired, or he's getting in trouble, or something like that. Cause
oh no,
like,
if it's a church, you're definitely getting chewed out. You getting chewed out by the by the either the first lady, the pastor, or both. But you definitely go. They go like, hey, like, why was it sounding like this? Why was it sound like that? And I'm like, well, because you fucking suck. Like,
bruh, you just gotta be
that's the reason
conscious
why
and mindful
I
of certain
avoid
stuff.
churches as far as because they are the most headache inducing bunch because they don't know how to take they don't know how to take critique until it's actually showtime. They're like, why you didn't tell me? I told you 4 times. 4. Did you want me to tell you in Spanish too?
Listen,
Chinese. I'm learning that too. Man, like,
boy said he getting in the Mandarin on y'all, Mr. International.
like I will. You dumb. Put it up. You dumb. Put it up. Shit. About to have me wearing this shirt for real. I'm surrounded by idiots. You
Oh
dumb.
man, listen, bro. Do y'all have Jason's Deli out there?
Yes.
If you go to Jason's Deli, get that pomegranate blueberry sports drink with the pure cane sugar. This shit is like crack. It's like crack. Is really sweet though, so I let the ice melt in it, and now it's a more consistent flavor for me. But man,
Yeah, text it to me because I'm gonna forget. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
my phone right here, bro, and I'm looking around like, where my phone at? Phone right here in front of me because my sister and and just text me.
Speaking of phones, make sure you guys turn your phones down because the intro's about to come up right now.
Feeling like GRESH UNLEASHED. One time for the sickos. I'm all elite with the game from the get-go. Ain't full of no stardust, I'm a real nightmare, bruh. You can meet me at the crossroads. Business is booming, I feel like the hearse and the kid, and they tell me don't hurt anybody. I'm way too fly like Kevin, I could do this all night. Step back, it's a private party, I'm more dirty than dumb with the way I live. No saint like Ricky with the vibes I give. Looking at my watch, it's about that time. When I hit him with the toodles, it's a lot like Tiff. Might as well call me Tony, they don't even know that I'm timeless. AJ Francis, all I really know is first class. $1 million man, two prices, you ain't even over. Shout out to my dogs like Bron, baby, I'm a limit breaker. You are just a death rider, can't rest in peace. I saved that for the Undertaker. Proceed with caution, but you ain't Naomi. Can't book the team, your name must be Tony. IWC say you got to go. Hi-Lite Jermaine and GRESH, run it, let's start the show. Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids, too sweet sign for the click. Gotta give the people what they want. Gotta get eradicate quick. Yeah, I'm like Seth with the outfits. Coming in hot, too live on your outlets. Running these streets like the prophets. Thank God for the new day, can't stop it. Jay Uso with the yeet. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag like Javon on the young OG. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bring your content on the daily. Feeling like GRESH UNLEASHED.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the GRESH UNLEASHED podcast. This is episode 131 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. I'm back, baby. Big Dog is back in the building. Joining you as always is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, GRESH. And joining me as always is my guy, my main, my partner, the giant of the familia, representing the Sucio Boy Sports podcast, as well as himself, as always. He's none other than Jermaine, the giant.
What's up?
What's up?
I'm in the passenger. I'm in the passenger side today.
We back, Captain.
I am no longer the captain. I am not the captain now.
I won the ship. I am the ruler now. Sorry, Oba, but I am the ruler. Man. The ruler is back.
Yes, sir.
But nah, man. Hey, man. It was. I was away. For those of you who don't know, I was working. When duty calls, I have to step away, and we set this platform up to where if I step away, the game continues to play because we have a solid team over here, over yonder, as the church folks say. We talking about church before the intro roll. Up yonder, we got some people over here who can hold it down, and we got access and connections to a whole bunch of good people that we can bring on and keep you entertained for the week. But nevertheless, we are back ready to rock and roll because it is Clash Week. Over on the WWE side, we just dipped into the forbidden door over in AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it was actually a pretty solid show. I'll give them that. Like it was AEW Forbidden Door at 1 p.m. Eastern, so it was like 12 p.m. Central Time, and that went on until like 6:30, 6:15.
Yep,
maybe a little bit earlier. And gave us about an hour to dip our feet into the heat of NXT Heatwave. So we was up there. Like, if you were those weirdos that was crying about counter programming, this week wasn't for you because you had time.
Yeah, it was cool that they gave us that little dip in between. Like we had like about an hour or so, roughly, like you said, in between. It seriously allowed me. I want to say, did I cook something? I think I cooked something.
Did you bake a cake?
Yes, I did. That was the other night when I was bored.
Oh.
I swear, I was like, I didn't even cut it. I ain't cut it till the other day, but like I was just completely bored, and like I told my homeboy, I was like, I just wanted to see if I could still do it. He was like, bro, that looked damn near perfect. I was like, I was bored. I said, it still looks like that right now. I just wanted to see if I could do it. He was like, "Bruh, you making me want to cook some fudge or something." And I was like, "Oh, for real?" And I didn't know that this dude had the fudge recipe. I'm like, "Bruh, why you being selfish? Share with your boy. Like, we family, bruh. You supposed to share."
Sharing is caring.
Share. Thank you. I was just getting ready to say it. Sharing is caring. Like, come on, dog. Like, you got a whole fudge recipe you sitting on and you didn't even tell me.
Amen.
But nah, man, we like we grew up like that, like cooking and learning how to cook and stuff like that. Like we was literally like middle school, high school, and like we helping our moms, grandmothers, and stuff in the kitchen, learning how to cook and everything because we like to eat. And our
Listen,
families like to get together and cook. So it's like, all right, you gonna do this, you gonna do this, you gonna do this. You know,
I'm a realist. I'm not a master chef like Jermaine here, but I can throw down in the kitchen when something's put in front of me and they say, "Hey, cook this." Bet. I put it this way: I'm not the type of people to be like, "Oh, salt and pepper is seasoning."
no.
Salt and pepper better not even be in my face. Because if you know your food and you know what you're cooking, you know that sodium is already in your food. So you're just adding salt on top of salt. You're asking yourself to be fucked up when you get older.
And what I do is when I make my my Creole Cajun seasoning or whatever, I put half of the amount of recommended salt and half of the amount of the recommended MSG in it. Like I don't put the full amount in there. I put half of it in there. So if
Do they have Slap Your Mama out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I use that sometimes. I use that frequently, actually. I bought a big bottle the other day.
Yeah, they got it. But like it was crazy, bro. I'll never forget last year when my mom, my aunts, and them came down for my daughter's graduation party. And they were like, "Where's your Tony's?" I was like, "I make my own, pretty much." I was like, "Y'all just gonna have to use this because I ain't buying none." And so they was like, "I don't know about da." And I was like, "Just taste it." I said, "Taste it first, and let me know what you think." And then, "Oh, that's pretty good." I know. Shut the hell up and use it.
You know how people do, like when they say in their ways, they got to argue something, like they want to make sure it's exactly how they usually do it,
Bruh.
until you put them on. But like, oh, never mind.
It was the fact that my mama wanted to start putting shit in certain places in my kitchen. And that shit was driving me crazy. And like my OCD is setting it. I'm like, I feel like I am literally on fire. And I'm trying to remain calm.
Like, get out my
Number
kitchen.
one, that's my mama. But number two, that's my kitchen.
Get out my kitchen.
Like, Ma, I
love you.
Use
Get out my kitchen.
I was like, no, these are not kitchen scissors. These are like other stuff scissors. If you're using kitchen scissors to open them, you use these. Like, bruh, it was funny. It was funny. It's kind of like remember when He Who Shall Not Be Named was booking stuff and then he had to go away for a little while and then he came back and you could tell that the booking had changed.
Oh yeah, you talking about WrestleMania 39 and then he booked Raw.
Bruh.
And everything was just
everything was different.
Everything was just fucked up.
That's how I felt. I was like, what is this?
And you can tell, like, bro,
that's how I do this.
It was Raw after Mania, and I'm like, yo, what is this show?
Nothing flowed. Nothing flowed. That's how I felt after my mama left. I was trying to get everything back in order. Like, no, this don't go here. This goes here. No,
like, I still remember that Seth Rollins segment where he came for his entrance and he said, I don't even think he said anything, and he just walked right out. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Bro, shit was crazy, bro. Shit was crazy.
It's like it went down. It's like after that opening segment, everything just went, and I'm like,
yep.
What is happening?
Bro, and like, there's times when I'll watch like an AEW show or something, or like NXT sometimes maybe or something like that, and you can tell like somebody produced or did something with this segment that Shawn Michaels or Triple H or whoever it is did not like, or Tony Khan or something. Like, what's going on with this segment right here? What's going on with this match right here? Like, what is this? But
yeah, that happens. That happens a lot, actually. Like, there's a lot of segments. Because you mentioned Tony Khan, and remember last year, a lot of people was giving him flack about Jamie Hayter returning on the pre-show. He learned his lesson.
Bro, like, I was like, when she came out, I was like, yes, give her the freaking star treatment, bro. Like, you don't give her the lower card or the mid card treatment or the ROH. You give her star treatment. She's one of your stars. This is how you're supposed to re-debut her in a big spot on a pay-per-view.
All I
That's
said
what
was
it's
welcome back.
supposed to go.
All I said was welcome back, Daphne Velma.
Come on, dog. Stop it.
The way she dressed like a sexy Velma. I'm just a sexy Daphne. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, hey,
No. But it was good to see her return, bro. Like, I really hope she can stay healthy because to me, she brings a lot to that women's division. And that women's division has been carried by Tony and Mercedes. And you have your Stats and your Willows, and they're trying to bring along Megan Bain and whatnot. But it's like, to help spread it out and kind of even it out and bring a little bit of something different to it, like you need a Jamie Hayter. Delma.
Not this.
Marty. It would take Marty to be.
Delma.
Bro, speaking
Daphne
of
and
last
Velma.
week, real quick, I really wanted to have them two on.
Oh, I'm gonna get Sierra on here one of these days.
We are.
She's gonna chastise me the entire show for 2 hours or an hour and a half.
Listen, I was trying to talk her into it earlier.
No, we're gonna make this happen.
We're gonna make this happen.
Speaking of things constantly happening for some reason, Wardlow's back.
Bro, I put this tweet out there.
Again.
The Callis family reminds me of the NWO in like around 2000.
NWOB team?
Where it was like 75% of the roster was in the NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it seemed like if the Callis family all came out, it would look like a Royal Rumble entrance or like a Battle Royal. Like, you know how they have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? It used to be at Mania.
Yeah.
And you would just see a parade of people come to the ring.
Yeah.
It would be like the Don Callis family. Then 20 minutes later, the last dude gonna walk out from the curtain.
Yeah. I think I put out a I think I put out a tweet with a Chiseled Adonis gif or reaction. And I was like, man, Don Callis to me is like, he's a whore. Because that man flips. I thought Paul Heyman was a hoe. No. That's Don Callis. That man flips top stars like rice cakes. He just flip them all like.
Bro, he is.
You get a hoe. You get a hoe. You get a like. Bro, it's crazy.
The Don Callis family looks like the Godfather's whole train.
And he is the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Pimpin' ain't easy, man.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who we don't feel like, yes, all they need is a black dude. They get a black dude. And who is that off to the side of Kyle Fletcher? Is that Rocky Romero?
Yeah, he looked like a fan just like Josh Alexander.
Bro, every time I was like, wait, is that every time they come out like this, I'd be like, is that Rocky? Is Rocky with them too?
Yeah.
I'd be
him and Trent
with them.
Him and Trent Beretta.
It's like, you know what? We got 2 Japanese dudes. We got a couple of white. Damn it, we got to get a Mexican or Hispanic or something in here. Next thing you know, I guarantee you, watch out for this. There's going to be a black dude in there.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they ain't put Scorpio Sky in there.
See, we've been hanging out too much.
Because at this point, you got 2 Asian dudes, like you said. You got an Aussie. You got a Canadian. You got whatever Rocky Romero is.
Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Mexican.
And you got Wardlow.
California.
All I'm gonna say this about Wardlow. This is his 3rd chance. I'm I'm open to it. I'm gonna give him this third and final chance. If this shit don't work, you can't blame Tony Khan. You can't blame the booking. It's his ass. It's all on him.
And bro, the way he came out, like he came out with the suit and stuff, but he waited until after he got done with the beatdown to take off the jacket to flex. And he came out way too calm, like with no charisma, no nothing, no aura, nothing. Oh, Rocky. Wait a minute. Let me look.
Oh, he's Cuban? He do look Cuban. Yeah. Yeah. He's
but
Cuban.
No, actually. Like it's just,
you know what,
bro,
my
it's
mistake.
just
He's
the
Cuban.
fact that, yeah, he is. You're right. It's just the fact that he came out auraless.
Bro, that dude lost aura a long time ago. So I mean, he couldn't even have it if he tried it.
Bro, I'm just
with that little baby ponytail.
Like, come on, bro. You need to do something. Because like you said, we can only give you so many pushes and so many restarts and so many reboots and everything else. You know what? That might actually be true. That might actually be true.
Yeah.
He might be there, Braun.
You see, I ain't even listen. I'm not in a position to anybody who has an opinion about Wardlow in this comment section. I'm not clapping back because you are my opinion. They tried 3 times. They tried twice.
It's like, bruh, he would be better served just being somebody's quiet muscle and just being like an attraction.
That's the thing. Like, they tried it because it's like they tried it with the power bomb shit, and they got played out
because it didn't go anywhere. And when they had a chance to do something with it, they didn't pull the trigger on it. Now that I will say was bad booking.
That was the bad booking. The first time was a situation to where he got overshadowed because of the MJF shit.
Yeah.
The second time was the booking. I will say that because they took too long to pull the trigger and people just stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but
this time I'm like, yo, they got to make it count. They got to make it count.
They put you in a room full of hitters. You next to Okada, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and you with the whore of AEW, Don Callis. And you know, Josh Alexander, you know, call it what you call it, but Josh Alexander could go in the ring also. And Rocky can low-key go too.
Oh, no,
like you with guys who have done a lot or doing a lot or are about to do a lot in this business. Bro, you have no reason not to soak up some game and to try to change things and move things in a better direction for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Last bit on this, Braun Breaker is Wardlow done right. Correct.
Facts.
Correct.
Big facts.
But speaking of things being done, Tony Storm tapped out Athena. How we feeling about that?
I ain't like that. Beating her, okay, cool, I get it. But tapping her out, I ain't like that.
Yeah, she's still your women's world champion in ROH.
It's the fact that when you lose by tap out, that's a different type of loss, right? And I just personally, I feel like you don't want to have one of your featured women lose by tap out, because her losing by tap out means she quit, she gave up, she couldn't take it no more. It means there's a limit that Tony took her to that she couldn't surpass. And that's not how you want to continue to build one of your top stars. Like if Tony hit her with a cool reverse and pinned her, or if she did the whole roll-up gimmick again and just caught her off guard or something like that, okay, cool. But the tap out, nah, bro, I wasn't feeling that finish. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, me and you in the same boat, because I think I responded with, I get it, but damn. And but damn was mainly because the tap out, because I'm like, because me personally, and this could be just me, this could be just me fantasy booking and saying, oh, if I had the pen, I would have at least tried to build a story out of this. Because
Exactly.
me personally, I feel like Athena shouldn't be just on ROH. Like, I'm not gonna just dismiss ROH because they still have their fandom. They still have people who
Exactly.
watch ROH. I
Exactly.
personally don't have time to watch ROH because I can only consume so much wrestling, but they have their fandom, and I'm not finna say just snatch her away from ROH. Don't do her after nearly 1,000 days. Don't do to the women's division what you did with Samoa Joe when you had him just vacate the title.
Bro, it's like,
I would have had somebody like you could have built a story. You could have continued the story with Mercedes saying, like, you're not finna beat me. You're not finna be the one that beat Tony because I could barely do it. Like, there's so many opportunities they could have had to continue. To protect the thing, but they just flat out said submit, and I'm like,
yeah, that's the part that I don't like, bro. Like, I just didn't feel like it. Like, there's better ways to finish that match, than doing that. I don't think that it negated everything they did to build her up. I just think that it knocked her back a peg. It knocked her back a little bit, and it made her look a little too vulnerable when she's still riding on a high.
mm-hmm.
And there's certain times where a wrestler is on a rise or on a high, or they're on a trajectory upward, and a result like that can kind of knock them back a peg or two, you know. And I felt like, I don't know, man, that result just wasn't, it didn't give what it was supposed to give to me. Like, this should have been a result where even if Athena loses, she still looks strong. Just like when when Tony retained over Mercedes.
Yeah.
Tony retained, Mercedes still looks strong.
Oh yeah, the top rope pile driver, or Storm Zero that they call it.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? Okay, cool. That's great. But it's just, I don't know, bro. It's one of them things to me where, and see, this is why we need to have her on so she can explain her, like, because and I know she has sound logic and reasoning behind that thought process. It's just, to me, and how, like, you agreed, like, we just wasn't feeling her losing by submission.
Yeah, it was but I'm not. It's not the end of the world at the same time.
No,
Like,
not at all, not at all,
because the funny thing about wrestling is they can easily build her back up.
bro. All she has to do is come out tomorrow night, or when they do the next ROH taping or whatever, and beat ass, and talk shit, cut a promo and everything else. Do that 2 weeks in a row, boom, she right back where she was. But it's the fact that they're now featuring her on AEW television in a feature match on an AEW pay-per-view, and then we get this.
I don't think
And
they're
see,
going to fully,
that's why, like, that.
I don't think they're fully going to integrate AEW roster quite yet. At this point, it's like, why not? like why not at this point? Like, you can literally have her if you trying to, like, because my thing is, you have two dominant women's champions in Toni Storm and Mercedes. You need to feature more people because I forgot until, like, I literally looked at that roster. I was like, where the hell is Deonna Purrazzo?
Bro, I don't know.
It's
She
like, you
in
need
Guantanamo Bay.
we need
Is she
more.
hurt or something, Sierra? Like, can
No,
somebody
she's in
please
ROH
tell
too.
me? No, I know, but I'm saying, though, they had her heavily featured on AEW TV, and then next thing you know, it was like gone.
Sierra said that her reign is closing in on 1,000 days, is taking the focus as opposed to a tap out. That's the point of it all. Okay. So my thing, and then that leads to my question: who do they have take the title because I'm not finna act like I'm a frequent viewer, but I thought it would have been Billy Starks, but they just said, "Nah,
That's
I'm
what
good
they're
on
gonna
that."
do. It's gonna be Billy Starks at the right time. It's
Mm.
gonna be at the right time when they really, cause see, it could have been, gosh, I'm trying to think of how long ago this was, bruh. It could have been like a couple months ago or so when she was really on Billy ass about shit. Like they could have did it then, but they didn't pull the trigger quite then.
Sierra said Deanna, she thinks it's about to go back to the indies because the indie gals are begging bookers for matches against her. I mean, yeah, if you had this big debut and then now you're just doing ROH tapings, she's like, well, whatever. Because I doubt I don't think Deanna signed a long term deal either. I think she was just she signed for like the year some change and then that's it.
You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right because I remember like they were signing people to like 2 and 3 year deals, and some people were getting like 4 or 5 year extensions and stuff like Moxley did. But most of their deals had been like 2 or 3 year deals that they were signing people to recently. And I
Mhm.
want to say Deanna was the only one who didn't sign one of those quote unquote longer term deals. I think her deal was short term.
Yeah, because they basically I think they specifically always whenever they announce a signing, they specifically announce like a multi-year. They're like such
Mm-hmm.
and such signed like what you call it? I think Ace Austin just signed a multi-year deal with them. So they would with her specifically, I don't think I could be wrong. People can obviously correct me, but I believe she's one of those people who was like it was like a year and some change, probably a year and a half, a year and like 6 months or some shit.
Yeah, I think what it is too, like Deanna knows like Deanna's frustrating if you have one TNA start. Yeah, big time. And that's what I was just getting ready to say. Like she has, that is true. She was just finishing up with school too. That is
Yeah.
true. Because she's been heavily featured on those commercials.
Oh yeah. It's like, hey, yeah, she was on AEW
Heavily
TV.
featured.
She just been on the commercials.
Heavily featured. And I think that did her, AEW, and the school a lot of good. Like everybody got a little rub off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So and I love when I see, like, I'm never gonna knock a wrestler for getting money, getting a bag, or finding something else to do outside of the wrestling business. So major props to her for going back to school and finishing school and getting her degree and everything. Like I will never ever in my life. And if you hear me knock a wrestler for doing something to try to get a bag or something outside of wrestling within the scope of, whatever, like tell me about it because I'm never gonna knock them for that because like they say, your bump card only got so many bumps on it.
Oh yeah.
You only have a certain amount of time in a certain lifespan in this business to make your mark. And either you make your mark and you accomplish what you want to accomplish and you get out, or you keep trying and keep trying, and then next thing you know, you just peter out or whatever. But man, getting your degree, getting your education and stuff like that, like finding something to do outside of this wrestling business, man, more props to you. More props to you.
Oh yeah. Speaking of giving them props, Mercedes Moné will retained her TBS Women's Championship in a fun ass fatal 4-way. Shout out to what's her name, Bozilla, for being a beast.
Shout out to Bozilla. Shout out to Persephone. Shout out to
Persephone
Alexina.
got the Hooners out there going crazy.
Say, bro.
There's Gooners and then there's horny Gooners. They
Yeah,
got the Hooners.
bro. I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like Mika tried to tell me about her at Supercard, and I kind of remember, and I want to say Keeks had told me something about Persephone like a while back when she was still in Mexico mostly, and I was just like, God damn it, why ain't nobody told me about it? Mika was like, I did. Remember? I was like, oh yeah, you did. You're right. You're right. You're right. And I want to even say maybe Sierra had mentioned something about her in one of her articles when she be retired that I
the,
remember.
the Hooners.
This nigga making up shit. This This nigga making up shit. But nah, man, like I remember, bro. I remember, like, and I was just like, bruh, like I didn't realize like she was that fucking like I knew like okay, like I knew she was attractive or whatever, right? I'll just be real. I knew she was attractive. But I didn't realize how fucking strong she was and how good she was in the ring. I was
Bro,
like,
she picked up Bozilla with ease.
wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Jesus Louises. Like, wow. And Bozilla big ass, I was just like, hey, that's a big gal. I was like, but wait, she could actually move. And I remember seeing some of the highlights of stuff from Stardom. And I was like, oh, that's the big young German chick that everybody was like talking about or whatever. That it was like, okay, now I'm putting two and two together. Now I remember, and I remember Alex Windsor. That was what's his name?
Williams.
Yeah, Billy Goat's girl.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Now I remember who these three like, bro, it took me a minute before it all started clicking. Then I was like, okay, I remember people talking about who all these ladies are or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun little match. Yeah, Bozilla is a second generation wrestler. Right. Bro, it is just
I was learning everything during this match. I was like, oh, you are. Oh, you are. That's
bro,
cool. That's cool.
this is why I be talking to different people, especially some of the women, to get more background info on some of the people that we're seeing in some of these different promotions and stuff like that. Because I can't keep up with all this shit. I need to talk to people who know this stuff and can do this stuff. And this is why, like, I'll talk to Sierra, I'll talk to Keeks, I'll talk to Mika, I'll talk to those wrestling girls, or I'll pay attention to like Tea and Tussle or Lip Gloss and Ladders, because those ladies, they actually put in the work to watch all of these different women and these different promotions and stuff like that and get a good grasp on what they bring to the table. So it's like nobody can consume all this shit and be all knowing. Like no matter what Dave Meltzer and other people try to convince you, they full of shit. They can't. You have to talk to other people who know you. First of all, it's just a thing of leadership. Know what you don't know, but know people who know what you don't know.
And
Get
stop
in good
trying
with those
to
people.
combat people like, actually, you don't know shit. Shut the fuck up.
Thank you. Because it's like, no, we don't know everything. We're not up on everything. And this is why, like, me, Gresh, Hi-Lite, and DJ will get in the chat and be like, hey, bro, like, what y'all watching? Da, 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 da. Like, and I'll be like, my dumb ass, oh, I'll take one for the team. I'll watch this.
Like they'll announce some shit like, hey, it's Saturday night's main event. Hey, bro, you watching that?
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. Bro, literally, because it was one time I was studying something for work, and I shit you not, it's me and the dog on the couch, and I got my notebook studying shit for work. He trying to drink my drink, and I'm studying shit for work, and then I'm like, all right, bro, listen, we gotta lock in, we gotta watch this, all right? So leave my drink alone. So I have to put my drink on the windowsill instead of putting it on my tray in front of me and lock in and watch whatever it is. Because the dog will try to drink my liquor. I don't know why he wants to try to drink liquor. I guess his day be stressing him out or something. But nah, man, it's just you have to
chasing your tail
know.
is kind of crazy. So it's a perfect situation.
You have to it was great to see all these different women from all these different promotions get a shot at Mercedes, and the way they finished that match and how she came out on top, pause, was great. It was good booking. I love the entrance and everything with the
Have
guards
they
and everything
acknowledged
else.
those belts on TV?
What they do is they say she holds 8 titles or 9 titles, whatever the hell, 12 titles from different promotions, blah blah blah. But they only introduce her as the TBS champion.
No, that's so this is my only pushback.
Okay, wait. No, I take that back. I want to say they said she recently won the something title from some promotion.
Mm. Okay, so they basically, so every time she wins a title, they actually acknowledge.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've said they've done it a couple of times. I know for sure, and they've even shown highlights if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go like do my research or whatever, but I know that they've acknowledged those, and the interest that she got at All In
Mm-hmm.
when they had the different cheerleaders holding the different belts.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was super dope. I know we've talked about it before when we did the review of it, but
Oh yeah, I was there.
that was, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That shit was dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just wanted to make sure because I saw some misconception where people were complaining about them not talking about. Oh, she just won the Discovery title.
Hey, look, leave Max out of this. Max has a stressful life.
Who?
She's talking about why is my dog trying to be an alcoholic?
Oh, yeah. He got like, hey, it's stressful out here to chase that tail and can never catch it. Like, how the fuck?
Man, look, this nigga be stressing me out when he go outside at night and I ain't got enough light in the backyard and I can't see his ass. Then I have to go out there with a damn flashlight to get him to come back inside because he don't like to listen. It's a mess.
Be like, hey, bring your ass.
Like, bruh,
Get your ass in this.
it's a picture I posted a couple weeks ago. I took a picture of the general vicinity where he was in.
Mm-hmm.
You can zoom in on that picture all you want. You can brighten it all you want. You will not see his little black ass.
Speaking of little black ass, let's talk about this bald one. Ricochet.
Richard O'Shea.
Richard O'Shea screwed the Hurt Syndicate out of the tag team titles.
Bro, it's like the enemies used to say, long-term booking.
Damn.
Long-term booking. Remember when Richard O'Shea tried to get into the Hurt Syndicate and they told his ass no?
Mm-hmm. He said, I hate to kiss ass. And then, he said, who's the kiss ass now?
Mm-hmm. Aha! Hey man, Ricochet is the perfect chicken shit, annoying ass, like nerd turned super villain heel. Like he is playing that role to a T. And the fact that his tagline on Twitter is light skinned kingpin, he's playing into the whole ball thing and everything, bro. He's taking everything and playing into it. This coming from somebody who's like
high yellow.
Thank you. Bro, like the only light-skinned people I know lighter than her is probably like my mama.
I'm in the middle. Like I'm on the cusp of light skin.
I've been working outside.
On the cusp of brown
it's time
skin.
for me to start working back inside again.
Yeah, it's like I can't tell you who I am. Like I'm not dark skinned, but I'm also not high yellow. So I'm like in the middle. I'm medium well done.
If I take my socks off, I could pass for a dark skin and a light skin.
Man, that's a crazy tan.
Bro, this shit is ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. It was so bad. Like my mama bought me different sunscreen when she came here to visit last weekend. She was like, "Oh no, you need some different sunscreen."
She's like, "This is not going to work."
Bruh, the shit was crazy, bruh.
But the only thing I didn't like about this was the execution, and it's more so on the production side.
Thank you. And we talked about that. Like that shit should have been two different distinct moments that stood out in this match. And they should have been done separately. And that's how they should have been executed. But when it didn't get executed like that, they both got executed at the same time. And then it's like you cut to one and you cut to the other, or like you cut to one and you got the other in the background. Or it felt.
Should have the reveal at the finish.
The finish should have happened. And it should have been like an oh shit moment. Mm-hmm. And then you get them celebrating with the titles. And then they walk back. But right before they go to the back, then you have the reveal.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, yeah, I could tell y'all didn't have a production meeting because that's production 101. Like, hey,
Bro.
we're gonna do this reveal right at the right when they're celebrating. You get the confetti and all that stuff, and
Mhm.
then y'all gonna walk right back out, reveal them, stand there for like 30 seconds so we can get a good shot, and then walk to the
Mhm.
back. That's literally
What else would have been good is they have the titles, they're holding up the titles, and they're celebrating with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're celebrating with them. And then, like, let's just say Stoke goes, hey, all right, now.
Mm-hmm.
And then they take it. Like, do something to make both moments stand out and be distinct. You can't do both things at the same damn time, like because nothing lands. Nothing
It
really
didn't land
lands.
at all. It didn't land at all. And that's what I'm saying. It falls on production. That's the reason why. And it's like this is not a tribalistic thing. This is basically from somebody who's in production. This is why production meetings matter. This is why you have production meetings. Like, hey, this is what we do. This is how you do it. Do it here. Do it here. Do it. This. Do. Like sometimes micromanaging is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and like there's certain times, and you and I have had these discussions numerous times. You have to like doing something and doing it and executing it properly are two different things.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you did a couple of cool things, you did them at the same time, nothing really fell the way it should have. This is why, like, a Vince McMahon or
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn or gosh, back in the day, way back in the day, Bill Watts.
Mm-hmm.
Certain bookers from back in the day. This is why like Jerry Lawler and them in Memphis for so many years had such a hot ass territory. This is why Paul Heyman is the genius that he is, Michael Hayes, because they look at the little things. Um, Fritz Von Erich, when he had the WCCW territory running out hot out the
If you want
Sportatorium.
to go modern, Jeremy Borash.
Thank you. Like Gabe Sapolsky.
Mm-hmm.
This is why people like that are geniuses in the business because they everything they do, it means something, it lands, and it has its time and place, and it's executed properly. And that's one of the things that I feel like AEW, if they tightened up on, they would be even better than they're really good. They would be even better than what they are now because there's certain little small things like this that you need to fix and tweak. I'm not a tribalist. I love wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I don't care if it's AEW, WWE, MLW, GCW, Ashe, whoever. I love wrestling. And when it's done right, it's done right. And this is just one of those things that I see where you can see certain differences and everything else. And trust me, WWE does some shit that I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, why'd you do that?
Mm-hmm. Every time I'm like, I don't even be. It's like, and I'm not gonna bring it to social media's attention because everything is always taken out of context and used with malice. I just be like, or I put it in the group chat like, well, that was dumb.
Bruh.
And y'all, and 9 times out of 10, y'all know exactly what I be talking about. I only have to say too much. Y'all be like, I'm like, well, that was dumb.
Bruh. The shit, the funny shit that y'all don't get to see behind the scenes is like one of us will say, what the hell was that? And the rest of us know exactly what that person is talking about.
I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, because
And look,
even this, it's like even this happened. The finish in this tag match even was botched, and I'm like,
bro,
what the fuck was that?
hey, what was funny was it was one time I think I was working and y'all were talking about something. And I came back to the chat after like I got off or watched it or whatever, and I knew exactly what y'all because I looked at the time of the text and I knew what y'all were talking about without even like y'all didn't even get into it or nothing. It was just like, okay, I know what the hell they talking about. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
this
finally
is
got the
simple.
context. You like, I understand that. I understand that question, that confusion. That makes sense.
Bruh, it be so funny though, man. Like, but like Marty said, we do need to protect ball, man, because we be getting a bad rap, dog.
Some of these bad old men be giving y'all some bad reps by y'all be catching strays.
Dog.
Speaking of bad reps and catching strays, Will Ospreay.
Say, bro.
You know, one thing I praise. I feel like we praised Forbidden Door for about how long? About a good minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for us to question some decisions, like the fact that the baby faces forgot how to fucking climb a cage that has no roof on it to save Will Ospreay from dying.
Bruh, what the fuck?
Like, yo, you know how you supposed to feel? Like they're writing this man off because he's supposed to get surgery. They're writing this man off. And I'm supposed to feel for him getting assaulted by the Death Riders. But all I could think was, I'm looking at this beatdown. And I'm seeing the baby face who just left the cage, struggling with the door. And I just glance up and I look back at them and I glance up. I'm like, why the fuck y'all not climbing the damn cage?
Bruh. Okay.
That's all I can say.
I'm trying not to fucking go off. Because the other stupid thing was, not only did you forget how to climb the goddamn cage, you forgot who controls the controller to lower and raise the cage. Y'all just, hey, raise the cage. Like, bruh. Like, come on, dog. Like, this shit is simple. You know who controls the lever to raise and lower the cage. Get your big ass over that damn cage. I'm not gonna lie. The funniest thing was when Hobbs was trying to climb that cage and he went up like about 2 climbs and was like, nah, fuck this shit. I was like, why they got his big ass trying to climb the cage?
That's probably what he was thinking. He's like, I'm too damn big for this shit. What the fuck am I doing?
Darby or somebody trying to climb this cage?
Darby died.
Why is it like somebody? I mean, anybody else from the
It can't be Tanahashi because his knees are already held together by glue and duct tape.
Bruh, Tanahashi's knees right now. Tanahashi's knees look worse than the kindergarten science project. That brother's knees are being held together by the Lord himself. I can't think of nothing else that could hold that brother's knees up. Because Tanahashi literally looks like a 220-pound Andre the Giant at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, I've seen this man carry Great Muta to a 30-something minute banger at Wrestle Kingdom, like 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Where Muta must have did like 477 dragon leg whips on Tanahashi. And that's probably why his knee's bad right now. Because of that one damn match with Muta and all them dragon screw leg whips. Because that was the move that Muta could execute and it looked cool as shit. And he still looked like Muta. But man, it was just like, bruh. Like, what the hell? And I know you got to write this man off, but can you think of a better way to write this man off? Why not have the Death Riders, like, have Marina on the outside guarding the guy who controls the lever, and then have like Yuta and fucking Claudio or somebody like standing on top of the cage with chairs or kendo sticks or something.
Something. They just made everybody look dumb.
Shit look believable. But it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it was like at All In. Me and Marty was going back and forth because he was like, man, it just didn't feel like Hangman choking out Mox with the chain was believable. And I was like, bruh, he literally like hanging it. He was like, yeah, but he was sitting on the apron. I was like, yeah, but he was pulling back on it. Even though Mox was sitting on the apron, he was pulling back on it.
I think what took Marty out of it was the dramatics of Mox.
That exactly. And that's where I was like, that's when we got to go from being realists to suspending our disbelief. Like, we have to sometimes teeter across that line. because we see stuff and we think, and this is one of those things where we just have to suspend our disbelief and figure out like they were just caught up in the moment and didn't know how to figure out how to save Osprey. And as frustrating as it can be, is just like one moment I can remember was in that cage match. Roman comes out, he returned from being away for a while. He goes in the cage and he pulls the door closed. He never locked the door. He just pulled the door closed. And that you was like, oh shit, like can't nobody get in now.
Yeah, they can.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, what the fuck? Like, yes, they can. You know, it be little stuff like that be happening, bruh, that just be like, what the fuck?
I think it's more so it's like it's hard to ask me to turn my brain off because I wouldn't turn my brain off in life. So why would I turn my brain off watching wrestling? But at the same time, it's not the end of the world because I think when I saw this match, like them not saving him, I thought about it, I laughed it off, and I moved on. Because if I sat there and thought about it too long, I was going to get angry.
Exactly,
and then I wasn't going to go to
bro.
sleep.
Exactly, and that's the part that we cannot let ourselves like go. We and we have to like teeter totter that line between being realists and suspending our disbelief. We have to teeter totter that line properly, and if we don't, then we're just going to frustrate ourselves.
Speaking of someone who's frustrated, MJF. Frustrated with that goddamn referee.
Bruh, when I saw you had this picture loaded up, it took everything in me not to laugh at this shit.
Like, nigga, bro. I don't know who training these referees.
Oh my god.
God damn, Bryce is like, bro, I can't defend you no more.
No, but you know what? And here's what I'll say. He course corrected himself because on 1 and 2, he was looking right at it. And then on 3, he shifted. It was like he realized it.
That's what made it look stupid.
Right. If he would have shifted when he got around, if he like Charles Robinson, when he did the count from outside of the ring, he kind of sold being beat up or whatever, and then like came up and like 1, 2, 3, oh okay, whatever. I didn't see what the fuck happened. Like, this is why
the reason why I have pushed back on the way Bryce did it is because there were a million ways he could have avoided having to do that. You want to know what he could have did? Not hop around like a fucking bunny trying to count when all he had to do was just sell it while counting. Just like you said with Charles, 1 on the other side of MJF and not see the foot. But
he could have, all he had to do was just
crawl over and then just
crawl over and like crawl forward.
And just
then
count.
as you count 1, crawl a little forward, 2, crawl a little forward, and then right when you about to count 3, you're like, oh wait a minute, his foot on the rope.
Something, but bro, you looked right at him.
He turned. It was like he
put
what
his
happened
foot up
was,
at 2.
Yeah,
and he was looking right at him at 1. So it's like, bro, you looking at him the entire time. And then it's like, hey, it's like you have 1 or 2 choices: look dumb as shit and turn around, or look straight and count again and look dumb as shit regardless. Either way, that whole thing, I think, and it was at that point where the match lost me. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm done.
Bro, it'd be so fucking frustrating, bro, because there's times where like it'd be little shit like that people like you and I pay attention to, that most people not gonna watch or not gonna see or whatever. And it's the production side of it again. It's knowing how certain things should come off and how they should look, and and I really feel like there's just things that are gonna happen in wrestling again, where we're just gonna have to suspend our disbelief and just be like, okay, I'm a realist, but I get it. I get it. I really do. And it's just, bro, it's just one of them things, man, that it happens, but the referee, this is why the referee is so important to a wrestling match, because the referee can be the conduit not only between the two wrestlers, but between what's going on in the ring and the production team in the back in gorilla position or whatever. Like there's just certain things like that that we have to be conscious of. Like there's gonna be fuck ups. Nobody's gonna be perfectly executing this, because this is basically like a ultra physical form of ballet, live and in person, and you only get one shot to do the shit right. Sometimes you're gonna fuck it up, sometimes you're gonna get it right. But it's like whenever stuff like this happens, we see it and we're like, hey, god damn it, that wasn't good. That was one of those times.
Yeah. Well, other than that, that's my only gripe. That's what I'm saying. I had to we praised it mostly, and that's my only gripe with the show. Forbidden Door was solid. Like I probably watch it back from time to time. That cage match, maybe not. But switching gears to the Heat side of things, Heatwave. And this match is actually just made official on NXT a couple of minutes ago. It'll be Obafemi defending the NXT championship against Ricky Saints at NXT No Mercy next month. But before that, how we feeling about that main event? Because this was the part where I thought young OG the youngin was about to topple the ruler.
Hey, bro, I really thought there were certain parts of that match, especially in the beginning, when he knocked Oba on his ass.
That super kick.
And Oba sat back. Oba was like, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah, go shit.
He was like, wait a minute. I thought I was about to whoop this little nigga ass. He just knocked me on my ass. Like really stunned me. Like took me aback. When that happened, I was like, oh, buddy. It pulled you in. Whoever produced that match did a goddamn good job. And I need to look that up because I promise you, they've been making Oba seem more vulnerable, even though he's coming out on top. He's not bulldozing through everybody.
And
he's having to face some adversity, and he's actually building some of his opponents, even though he's retaining his title. And that is not an easy thing to do. And it's showing that Oba is adding layers to his in-ring performances outside of just being a big old bulldozing type of nigga. Because I mean, when you 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 300 plus pounds, and you can move like he moves, he could just blow through everybody. He's basically Black Brock Lesnar, but bigger. But he's not. He's
Black Brock Lesnar, but bigger without the allegations.
Bingo, unproblematic Black Brock Lesnar, but bigger.
Yeah.
But like, bro, Oba is doing some serious work, and he's laying enough of a groundwork in NXT to where when he goes to the main roster, he can have a Kevin Owens type of debut and run.
Mm-hmm. Just don't drop the ball, Paul. That's gonna be my new term going forward, just so you know. Don't drop the ball, Paul.
Yeah, because there's guys that are on the main roster, and unfortunately, I think what people forget is just because they have a certain level of talent or potential for the main roster that you see when they're in NXT does not mean that should automatically translate to them being main event shot to the moon as soon as they get to the main roster type of person.
Right.
One
Unless
person
they want to.
One person I will admit to like that kind of happening. Everybody thought that this person should be the next Carmelo Hayes.
Mm.
Everybody thought that Melo should be like shot to the moon. He's got all the star quality. He showed his side as a heel and as a face. He's shown in-ring promo. Like he's shown the total package on both sides. You got to understand, Melo's about 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" on a good day,
Mm-hmm.
210 pounds on a good day. Guys like that don't just get automatically shot to the moon all the time, especially on the main roster. Ricky Saints. This is why Ricky Saints is still down in NXT doing what he's doing. I mean, he needed some work a little bit here and there, but you don't see like Kevin Owens was a little bit different because like that gimmick and everything, and he came in with high level storylines in NXT like right off the bat. So it was like, okay, cool, we can see him like where they're elevating him to. Because his debut night, he came out and it was like, oh, Kevin Owens is in NXT, like he's cool. And then Sami Zayn won the NXT title for the first time after God knows how long in the uphill battle that he had. And the first thing that Kevin Owens did was betray his quote unquote best friend the night that he had his big moment.
Oh yeah.
So they like put him on an arc to go like from the get-go or whatever. Melo had to fight and grind to get to where he was at in NXT. Look at Braun Breaker, another golden boy of NXT. Like Braun Breaker beat fucking Gunther. He's one of the few people to beat Gunther clean in since Gunther's been in WWE. And look where he at. I mean, he not in no WrestleMania main events, and he's not holding world titles. And Braun Breaker hasn't even had a world title match on the main roster yet.
He's had a world title match, but he hasn't had one on the main roster. He had one in NXT.
No, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't had one on the main roster.
Yeah.
So it's like shit. Look at what like you can't always say like just because they were the man at NXT that they should be the man or be positioned in a certain way on the main roster. Like that just doesn't happen. And you also have to factor in on the main roster, there's going to be some guys that's at the top of the card that's long in the tooth, that's been there for a while. Guys that they bring back as part-timers, highly paid guys, so on and so forth, guys that they owe a lot to, that are going to take precedent. We can't always want to push our agendas in order to push certain people up the ladder and push other people down the ladder.
Oh, I'm going to push my agenda. I'm just not going to lose sleep over it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for rephrasing that. You can still push your agenda, just don't lose sleep over it. And some people tend to try to lose sleep over it, and they get into these petty arguments online and stuff like that. And it's like, you also have to remember this is also a business, and they're in the business of making money. Plain and simple.
I'm about to say, can we even say that anymore? Because look at Cross with the business question. It's like y'all let money go up, y'all let money walk out the door. So, but yeah, this match
they
is
feel like they
official.
can make up money from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see this one though.
Yeah. So this match is official for next month. Another match official is JC Jane defending her NXT Women's Championship against Lola Vice.
Please put the fucking title on Lola Vice. Please. And I'm not just saying that because Lola Vice like to shake her ass and stuff like that. Like the woman is legit.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't even be paying attention to her shaking her ass like that no more because she's actually working. I see it. Trust me, I see it. Because hey, I'm a nigga with eyes. But if you actually take that away, I'm like, she's actually improved since we first saw her.
Bro.
Since that, if you compare her match or her NXT Underground against Shayna Baszler to now, night and day, in my opinion.
I'm talking about like she's also improved like backstage segments and promos and shit too. Like tonight when I was watching NXT earlier and they were congratulating her and everything, and before the big six woman tag match, Zarya is like literally like doing curls with her and everything. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
That whole
I'm,
backstage segment threw me off. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
hey, I was like, you know what? I'm cool with this shit. I'm entertained. I was like, it's kind of throwing me off, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm entertained. Like, it's whatever. It is what it is. But like, bruh, whether you like somebody or not, if you can't be objective and look at that person's career arc and where they started to where they are now and admit that they've gotten better, that's just a personal bias that you have against that person. I'm sorry. And
Bingo.
we need to stop doing that. Wrestling fans need to stop doing that because you make yourselves look ignorant and you make yourselves really like look stupid because all you're trying to do is pass off your personal biases against somebody. And I don't know what it is, insecurities, whatever. I don't know. To each his and or her they own. But
Mhm.
when I look at people like Lola Vice, I look at Trick Williams, I look at Liv Morgan, I look at just certain characters and stuff like that. Man, even in AEW, like some people don't get Orange Cassidy. And I'm like, how the fuck do you not get Orange Cassidy? Like, come on. Like, but you see these people progress and you see what they've done on the mic and in the ring, and you've seen them get better and whatnot. And
Oh,
like Lola
once
has even
people
worked
you
on her
mentioned,
physicality. Because look at her six pack or her stomach midsection and everything now. Bro, like,
I mean, she's in NXT. They ain't got no choice but to fucking train.
thank you. And she's doing that. And she's putting in the work to get better. Body wise, in ring, promos, and backstages. Like she's doing all of the necessary work to get better and improve, bro.
I still feel like if they do put the title on her, I feel like she still needed an excursion to Mexico.
I would say excursion to Mexico. Japan would do her better.
No, the reason why I say because they already got this partnership with they own
Well,
AAA.
okay, you're right.
That's what
They
I'm saying.
do
They
have the
own
partnership.
AAA. Might as well just send her out there for a good
You're
minute.
right. You're right. That would be dope. But like giving her an excursion would give her another experience, not only culturally as far as the wrestling business goes, but it would expose her to different type of audiences who may view and see her differently as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes like we see it with like when Naomi and Bianca go over to Europe. For whatever fucking reason, Bianca gets booed and they love Naomi. And it's like, wait a minute. I thought this was just some racist shit.
No.
But y'all love Naomi and y'all can't stand Bianca. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, that's another reason why I stopped jumping to racist when it comes to the international crowds, because 9 out of 10 it's just they just don't. The one thing about the international crowds too, they're more in tune with wrestling than the American crowds. I can tell you that because that's all they got. That's all they have is just to watch wrestling as far as like behind the scenes shit. And I'm pretty sure they're a lot more vocal as well. So if they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you. And it could be a case of they don't fuck with the current character of Bianca.
Right. And
They-
that's another reason why there's a certain sector of the audience on this side of the pond. Notice how I've used that little lingo. That they want Bianca to turn heel again.
Mhm.
But I keep telling people she's their Jane Cena. Okay. She's the one they'll turn Naomi. They'll probably turn Jade. They'll turn Charlotte back and forth sometimes. They'll
All the
probably
time.
even turn Alexa again.
Yeah.
They'll turn all these other top women. They will not touch Bianca.
And she's even said in interviews, I think she either said it with Adrian Hernandez or somebody, where she was like, the story has to make sense.
Right. That's the biggest thing. Like we always want these heel turns and stuff like that, and it's like, cool. How does this make sense storyline wise, and how does this make sense business wise? Like everybody wanted Cody to turn heel. Okay, cool. How does this make sense storyline wise, and how does it make sense business wise? Like, do you have another top level white meat baby face that can pack the audiences, sell the merch, and do all the shit that Cody does to kind of supplement for him? And it's like, well, what about Jey Uso? What about this? What about that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. You put Jay in that position. How long is Jay gonna be able to maintain all of that? Like, because y'all were some people, you admittedly were already sick of the bloodline shit.
Mm-hmm. Still am.
So exactly. So that makes a certain sect of the audience gonna be sick of seeing Jey Uso. And it's like, bro, like there's so many different things you have to factor in, and this is why a show like Unreal, to me, this is why it makes sense. It made sense coming out when it did, is because it gave you a behind the scenes look at how they arrive at certain decisions as far as booking and writing and storylines and everything else is concerned, because it peels back the curtain a little bit too much for some people. However, if you pay attention and you're subjective enough and you watch it for what it is, they're going to explain to you why they arrive at certain decisions.
And even the show, they didn't even reveal jack shit. So people losing their mind about what was shown and wasn't shown. I'm like, bro, the business is still protected. Calm the fuck down.
Fucking nothing.
Calm the fuck down. But nah, the reason why I can also not lose my sanity over the bloodline still being prominent, because they cracked the code. They're over. They sell out crowds. They sell merch. I can't say nothing else. I'm like, bottom line, this is a business.
Bingo.
If they're still selling, if they're still drawing numbers, I can't be like, oh my God, I'm tired of blood. I'm like, I could be fatigued, but I'm not tired of it.
Right. And thank you for explaining that, bro. Because I know it's a lot of people that probably would thinking like, oh man, Gresh hating on the bloodline. He don't like the blood. No, it's not that he don't like it. It's just that like he's overexposed to it. And it's like it's getting to a point where it's kind of annoying him, but he gets the business and he gets why they're doing what they're doing. Just because he may not agree or always want to see it does not mean he doesn't want to see it.
Yeah. And the story. Speaking of ends, the Dark State ended Hank and Tank's NXT title reign. They put it on the niggas.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw it was them two that was involved in the match, I was like, ooh, They putting it on two of the greener people in the group.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready to see this. Like, let's see what happens. And I would love nothing more than for them to defend this under Freebird rules.
That's what I said. I was like, bro, because that means Lucky Ali can cook.
Bro.
A lot more.
And
Shaquan Sugars. Let me say his WWE name.
Right. And Cutler is low key. He got something. They just had to find him to tap into it. And the two that's holding the titles right now, I want to say they're both former football players as well.
I believe Osiris is. I don't know about Lennox.
It's like they found a good group with a good mix of experience, look, and everything else. And it's like, fuck it, let's run with this shit. Let's give them a gimmick where they could really tap into it and really like push some boundaries of their character limits all together and let them figure some shit out. And I have no doubt that if done right, this is one of those factions where one or two of these guys are going to go on and going to do some good shit. At least one or two of them. But the way they have them going now, and especially with them winning the tag titles, and then the segment, not to spoil anything for anybody, but if you ain't watch it, heads up. For them to come out and still be on that, hey, we still run this show shit to Obafemi and Ricky Saints, bro, like, they are booking Dark State the right way to get every single member of that faction over, and I'm loving it.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of factions, keeping it to the titles, Ash by Elegance is the TNA Knockouts World Champion.
Bro,
Shout out to her because
all of
I
us
can't
got
speak
that
on
one
it.
wrong on the predictions.
You said what? Yeah, we
all
all
of
got
us
that
got
wrong.
that one
Yeah, we all got that wrong. I was like, oh, Ash won.
None of us saw that shit coming.
And you know what? I'm not mad at it.
Bro, but it's like, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that TNA getting their titles back at Bound for Glory after like some rah-rah moment type of shit would have been perfect. But them getting the women's title back like this unexpectedly in a triple threat match like this, when you thought if TNA was gonna get their title back in this match, you thought it was gonna be Masha.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought, okay, if JC Jane dropped the title, she gonna drop it to Masha in this match.
Especially
Or
after
she
that
gonna
kick out.
retain it.
Especially after that kick out, she kicked out of both of JC's finishes. I was like, oh yeah,
Bro,
she's winning this.
bruh, I was like, man, damn, I should have picked Masha. I was like, man, can I go in the chat and change my shit last minute before nobody noticed?
I'm like, nah, I'm looking right at it.
I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick this out.
Because I get notifications when that shit is changed. I'm like, who
I
changed this fucking
know,
pick?
but look, like, remember we talked about it though, because it was like, oh damn, what match was gonna decide it? It was the Jordan Grace Blake Monroe match that was actually gonna decide who was gonna be the predictions champion.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, God dang it, I should have picked the other one, man, because God fucking Gresham won. God damn it. But nah, man, I love the fact that Ash by Elegance got this one. I love the fact that, because remember, we had even forgot that the other two girls had the TNA Knockouts tag titles.
Mm-hmm. Until they walked out there, I was like,
Bro,
oh.
I was like, wait a minute, because remember, we was at like, who got the tag titles? And then they came out with, I was like, oh shit, they got the tag titles. Oh, okay, cool. Masha's still gonna win this bitch though, or JC Jane was still retain. Like it was still like we was still on that train. And when she won, I was like, you know what? I'm not mad at all.
I'm like, good for her. Like
Goddamn right.
she put out a message where she was like, I started in NXT and to win the title in my former home was one of her brightest moments in her career. Like she was always dedicated and no one in the business works harder than her. And I'm like, I believe you. Because she did not stand out like a sore thumb at all.
No, she didn't. And the thing is, man, Dana Brooke, Ash by Elegance, however you want to call her, she's another one that like continuously worked on her craft and always put in the work and everything. And she was one of those people that would be at the Dungeon 2.0 with Natty and TJ. And this is low key while I say like Natty and TJ keeping the dungeon whole thing alive and everything. Like this is why I say like they're one of the most influential couples, and Natty's one of the most influential female wrestlers of this generation. And especially with TJ, with the work that he does with a lot of the female wrestlers and producing some of the female matches in WWE and stuff like that, like they're keeping women's wrestling alive, and they're making sure that it progresses and moves forward in a manner in which it's respectable enough. And just the work that they've been doing with everybody, like, bruh, like props to them, man, because you see like Angelo Dawkins and you see like Ash by Elegance and you see like B-Fab and you see like the different people that work with them from even other promotions and stuff. Like you see the people that go through the Dungeon 2.0 and you see how good they get and you see the work that they put in and you see their work paying off in the ring and on their promos and everything else. And she's one of those people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she's still engaged or married to Yuli, the former MMA fighter, but like she would roll around and do work with him and stuff. Like so that woman has put in the work. So for her to achieve this accolade right now, I'm totally down for it, and I love it because number one, it brings the title back to TNA. Number two, it puts it on somebody that nobody thought was gonna win this fucking match. Nobody did. And if you did, you're a damn lie. And
Unless you watch the show, because I think someone who watches the show told me they was kind of like surely building up to it. But I'm like, hey, I mean, I take your word for it. I don't watch the show.
exactly. Like I be trying to catch up with it, but it'd be like I've been volunteering to work a lot of Saturdays that I'm not even working. So it's like Thursday when it comes on, I'm busy watching other shit. Friday when I have a chance, I'm trying to watch other shit. Saturday, like I come home, I'm tired. I'm like Sunday, and it's like, damn. By the time I know it, next thing you know, the next show that came around. Or they didn't had a Friday night pay-per-view or something like that, or a Saturday pay-per-view or something like that. And I'm like, oh shit, I done missed it. But nah, man, props to them for putting the title on her. And I hope that she has a decent reign. I hope she at least keeps it through Bound for Glory in October. And if she was to retain it through Bound for Glory, I'd be shocked, to be honest with you. But at the same time, maybe I wouldn't be, because maybe they're trying to take that knockouts division in a different direction. Who knows? But shout out to her for winning that title, though.
Speaking of winning and countries and stuff like that, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green had that crowd in the palm of their hand.
Bruh.
Ethan tried. He tried to get them to turn on him. It just didn't work.
I'm talking about, you a good fucking heel when you try to get the crowd to turn on you and the crowd refuses to turn. Like, god damn, like what can you do? Like, what can you do?
I think he said something like, he's like, yeah, you want to be Canadian, but we're not accepting citizenship right now. They was like, well, okay then. Yeah, Chelsea. Yeah. I'm like, what?
Bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, putting them two together, I was just like, god damn. Like, that was fucking, bro, some of the backstage shit that they cut with him wearing the Canadian tuxedo and him holding the fan up to Chelsea and everything else, and then him turning the North American title to the Canadian title and everything with the Canadian, bruh. Chelsea Green being the inaugural United States champion as a fucking Canadian and then trying to be presidential. And then them going out there as Canadians wearing fucking US like type of gear. Bruh, like, come on, bruh.
And I saw someone that was like, oh my God, it's because of, and I'm like, my brother, I'm not gonna hold you. It's 2025. Niggas are kind of tired of the whole pro-patriotic bullshit.
Bruh.
On top of Ethan and Chelsea being actually entertaining as all hell.
Like,
it's not rocket science, and it's not a race war.
Pierre.
They just
Perfect
entertaining this shit.
Perfect pairing. Cause I'm like, what? Like, you can't tell me, like, bro, like, Chelsea is so fucking good at pro wrestling. And Ethan Page has really come out of his shell because he's been given a platform to really push the boundaries of his character and what he can really do and offer to the business. He was kind of given that in AEW, but he didn't give like the full, like I put it to you like this. And I know I do sports and stuff like that. You know, shout out Susio Sports. We're gonna do it tomorrow. I don't give a fuck what happens tomorrow. If I gotta drink a Red Bull on my way home, it's happening. Because we got a lot to talk. But like, Ethan Page is like that 6th, 7th, 8th man off the bench in basketball who can like 3-and-D. He can do certain things really good. Or he's like that utility guy who can play like all 4 infield positions in baseball. Or he's like that that defensive back who like he's a safety, but he can play some nickel corner. He can play safety, or he can play like this hybrid linebacker position in a nickel or a dime defense or whatever. He's like a utility guy that you can just put in different positions if you're playing sports and you know, like, hey, I know this guy can do this. You know what I'm saying? He's like that guy that, like, okay, you know what? We can play him as a forward in soccer because I know he can strike and score. But at the same time, if I got him playing on the back line, I know he can help stop the other team from scoring because he's quick, he's defensive, he can get to the ball, passing along, whatever. Like, he's just that type of guy. Chelsea Green is the exact same way. They're just really good at what they do. They know their niche, they know their groove. They know, like, I may not be like main event level talent, but I know I got a spot on this roster. And I know I can secure my spot on this roster by being entertaining and by helping put other people over. And when I get the chance to go over, I have to make it look good. They are both just really good at what the fuck they do, and people really need to start giving people like this on rosters, whether it's WWE, AEW, whoever the fuck it is you watch. People really need to start giving people like this on rosters their kudos.
Oh yeah, for sure, without question. So before we switch gears to we talking about giving people kudos. Before we switch gears to WWE Clash this weekend, we're going to basically talk a little bit about what happened on Raw, as well as give our predictions. But switching gears to some heavy shit, unfortunately, you've been keeping your ears to social media, right?
Yes, sir.
And, we were talking about clashes. Guess we could talk about rampages.
Oh shit! I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
All right.
For those of you who don't know, because a lot of people don't be on social media like us, Raza Jackson, son of Quentin Rampage Jackson, yes, that Rampage Jackson, man who destroyed doors left and right, went on his own form of a rampage this weekend with independent wrestler Psycho Stu, I believe that was his name. And yeah, he's in some shit. He's in some shit, just to say the very least. And it's called the cause of controversy. For those of you who don't know, like, I'm not gonna give you full, like, if you ain't caught up by now, I'm pretty sure it's people who don't watch wrestling that's talking about this to this day. Like right now, I'm pretty sure they uploading a video right now. Right now. That's how I guess you could say how big this has gotten.
Bro, I was sitting at lunch, was it? Yeah, yesterday. My coworkers. They're not even really like wrestling or fans or anything like that. They were talking about it. And I was like, look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was like, I know some people who know some people who know some of the people involved. I said that wasn't supposed to happen like that. I was like, he's wrong for doing that. And it's like, in wrestling, there's receipts. If you're not an actual pro wrestler and you're trying to get a receipt on a pro wrestler, things can get misconstrued. Because in the world of professional fighting, MMA, boxing, what have you, receipts are different. Receipts in pro wrestling are like, all right, look, all this shit is scripted. I'm gonna let you get me back. And then after you get me back, all right, we good. Or I'm gonna apologize or whatever. Like, we're gonna talk about this. Even receipts are like almost planned. And even if the receipts are not planned,
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
listen. I'm gonna say this right now.
I don't know. It's just
People saying, "Oh, Stu should have kept his hands to himself." Yes, but here's the thing: what a lot of people are constantly ignoring. He legit apologized repeatedly. He said, "You know what? My bad. I thought you were a worker because I saw the camera." And people are like, "Oh, just because it's like that don't matter. It don't matter. You should know this. You acting like you know every goddamn thing that's going on." He did not see. He saw a camera and was like, he's a wrestler. Let me hit him right quick. Let me play up the gimmick." And then he's like, "You know what? He's like, I didn't know you weren't a wrestler. I'm sorry. My bad. And that should have been squashed right then and there. But he didn't. So it's like I keep seeing this like, Steve should kept saying, yes. If he knew, I'm pretty sure he probably would have. If he knew that wasn't a wrestler. Someone put out a tweet that said Journey Fatu was actually there. And he was like, the spot was planned, but the nigga got in at the wrong time and he went overboard.
Yeah. And it's like,
and then it's like people say, "Oh, he ain't got to accept the apology or this, that, and the third." But I'm like, yeah, but you gonna accept these consequences? Because let's just be real. Yeah, he ain't got to accept this apology, but you took it too far. You fucked the nigga up. You fucked him up.
To me,
and now you gotta pay the price, whatever the price that may be. So
the thing is, though, as an MMA fighter, you know when you got somebody knocked out. So if I knock you out, I know, like, okay, boom, I got you, whatever. Another thing is that, excuse me, Raja has suffered a concussion earlier in the week in training. He shouldn't have been physically involved in anything.
And that falls on the promoter.
Exactly.
Like, hey, don't interact with him. That's a sloppy shot right there. Don't interact with him. Don't like that. He's not a wrestler. He's not. That's the reason why companies like WWE and all these people say who to interact with and who don't. Because it's like you don't want this type of incident.
Exactly. This is why Moxley and AEW are getting sued by that one ringside guy. Because they thought that he was a part of the show or whatever, and he wasn't. So there's a lot of blurred lines that were crossed here.
Yep.
One thing that I'll hold tight to is what Rampage himself said about his son. Is that he crossed a line that he shouldn't have, and he does not support his son's actions. This has nothing to do with some of the tropes that people are trying to put on it or whatever. And I hate the fact that people are trying to simplify it to a black. It's not like clear cut. It's not clear cut black and white. There's a whole lot of gray area involved in all of this.
Oh yeah.
And we have to be mindful of when you're blending different backgrounds and disciplines and whatnot. Like, you can't just say, okay, yes, this should happen or this should happen. No, it's not like that. There was a lot of gray area that was crossed here. And even as a trained MMA fighter, you know when you have somebody subdued, submitted, beaten, what have you, right? You know that. This was a rage-filled, I'm going to get you back because I feel like you tried to punk me, disrespecting me type of thing. And
he
like
let his chat hype him up.
Right.
There's literally clips out there of him, and I actually watched the whole thing. He's literally letting the chat like get in his head. Because I'm pretty sure he probably did forgive that man or accepted his apology or probably planned on going light when he got in there. Because it was planned. He was supposed to get involved.
Right.
But he went too far because he let the chat hype him up, and now you got to deal with the consequences, my nigga. I don't like put all that shit aside. Like it don't matter. It don't matter if it was planned or not. You, as a grown ass man, should know when to stop, and you didn't.
Exactly. You went way too fucking far, and you should know, like, when he slammed him,
That was it.
that
He
was
out.
it.
He was out cold.
That was the end of it. It was like, okay, cool, you got him. All the extra shit, that didn't need to happen because he was already out. And you could see that. And as a fighter, as somebody who, like, I've been in gyms and I've trained with these people and stuff before. And like I was talking with a coworker of mine, and she was like, the only people that she knows of that trains, that does, like, mixed martial arts or whatever, that's kind of like thrown off, she was like Krav Maga, because they're trained to go to the death or whatever.
Yep.
And it's like, that's a different quote unquote discipline, because it's not really discipline. Like, they're trained to like go in for the kill. Any other form of fighting, martial arts, mixed martial arts or whatever, you have certain disciplines that you're trained to show some restraint. He showed no restraint.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. And it's like, bro, once you slam that man and that man couldn't move, and he like looking up at the stars, and he got glass in his eyes and shit like that, that's when you should know, like, okay, he's out of there.
He's like, yeah, I got my point across. Nah, he like, nah. Because he literally said, hey, chat, if I get 50 subs, he said 50 subs, I'll knock him out.
Bro, he's on camera on the chat.
This nigga is incriminating himself. If this
Talking
man,
about how I know this is scripted, I know I got this spot, I'm going off script. Fuck that.
that's
I'm
why
doing this.
that's why I'm looking at these wrestlers and shit that's like defending this man. I'm like, bro, y'all, what are y'all doing?
Bruh, it's so obvious to us because we're intelligent enough to look at this shit and see it for what it is. But there are some people who don't want to look at it and see it for what it is. And it's like, okay, cool.
He asked for this. He brought this on himself. I'm like, ain't nobody asked to nearly get killed.
Exactly. And it's like, whether or not you accept this person's apology or not is one thing. But it's like, what he didn't warrant you trying to like kill him.
And they said it was a fake drink. Like it was one of those crushable cans.
Right. So it wasn't even, it was more or less an ego thing. It wasn't a physical thing. It was more of an ego thing that this got caught on camera on your live stream and you felt disrespected.
Oh yeah, I know for a fact. He's like, bro, I don't play that. I'm like, oh yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. You may feel disrespected by this, but just because you feel disrespected does not mean that you get to almost kill somebody.
And no matter what happened, it does fall on whoever told him to get that receipt. I don't care how he come out and spend it or spend it or whatever. It falls on him because any sane normal promoter or organizer of the event would have looked Raj in the eye and be like, yeah, that planned spot we got, we're good. Oh, enjoy the show.
Bro, listen.
Enjoy the show.
Whatever money we supposed to pay you, we gonna pay you. That spot is not gonna happen.
You got to go. If
you can't chill out and sit ringside and enjoy the show, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. And if you don't want to leave willingly, I'm gonna have to call police, security, or whoever and remove you from the premises.
Yep. That's what that's literally what I said. I'm like, all this could have been avoided if the promoter was actually competent or the organizer was actually competent enough to stop this. But it didn't. And now we out here having to sit and hear niggas talk about this all for like multiple days because it happened what? Sunday? Before Forbidden Door?
Believe so. I can't even remember when this shit happened. Like now,
Yeah, I
it's
think
just
it happened before Forbidden Door. And it is now almost the end of Tuesday at the time of this recording. And they're still talking about it.
bro. This is exactly why, like,
You don't get to determine how people react to disrespect. Would I have done it? No. And you don't get to determine how people react to disrespect. Mm. So it's like that's the beautiful thing about having a conversation. I'm reacting to how he reacted to disrespect, and I am saying I'm not dismissing him feeling disrespected. I'm just saying, hey, now you got to deal with the consequences, my boy, because your ego got hurt, and it shouldn't have went that far. Point blank. Period.
bro. It's like I like no, we don't get to determine how people feel about certain things, and we don't get to determine how people react to certain things.
Nope.
However, at the same time, like if you overreact to something and you go out of bounds or you go off or whatever, yeah, people are going to react to like the way you reacted to what it is. And it's like a lot of the times in the NBA and especially in the NFL, I see it all the time. Somebody may hold you, grab your face mask, whatever, right? People see how you react to what they did to you, but they may not always see what they did to you. And oftentimes, as fucked up as it is, they may see the reaction, but they may not always see the action that caused the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Once they see the action that caused your reaction, now you're being judged.
Yep.
And if you go psycho like Raja did, the action is no longer held in higher regard when people react to the whole situation. It's the reaction that's held
Mm-hmm.
in higher regard because you went overboard.
Yeah.
And this is why I tell like real talk, bro. Like I tell my kids, my sisters, my little cousins, even some of my older cousins, my aunt, like sometimes I don't really tell my mom this because I don't have to worry about her too much. But I'll tell people when they going out doing something, I'll be like, "Hey, be careful! Don't do no dumb shit. Call me if you need me."
Yep. Every time.
Because I'm gonna tell you, like, be careful. Number one, to not get yourself involved in something. If something should happen, don't do no dumb shit. But if something should pop off, call me if you need me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to react accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids already know, like my little cousins, my older cousins, everybody that calls on me, they already know. Like, if I do some stupid shit and I have to call this nigga, he gonna get me out of this situation some way, somehow. But I'm gonna have to hear his shit, and he may whip my ass. He
Sloan, he
probably
was
will
knocked
whip
out.
my ass.
Sorry to interrupt. Sloan, he was knocked out. That's enough. And you said get back in blood. He wasn't even bleeding with the can because it was a fake can. There was no blood drawn. The only one who drew blood was Roger. So you saying get back in blood? Okay, so if Sicko Stu or Psycho Stu get his people to get it back in blood, then what? It's just a continue. It's a cycle.
It keeps going and going, and the violence keeps elevating and elevating and elevating. And it's like, when do we stop it? It's like I've seen situations like this in real life circumstances turn deadly and continue to go simply because there was a simple misunderstanding that turned into something more than what it should have been.
Like I said.
And like I've seen like real life consequences happen. People lose lives, damn near lose limbs and shit like that. Like I had a homeboy who got caught up in some shit and was caught up in a drive-by, and this nigga had to have a fucking halo and pins and needles and shit in his leg to get his leg bone to grow back because he got shot because he was next to somebody who was caught up in some other bullshit.
Yep.
Like, I've seen people literally lose their lives because violence escalated over a simple misunderstanding.
Yeah.
So where do we draw the line? If we never draw a line, then there's no line to be drawn, then the violence keeps escalating.
I drew the line. I basically told you this falls on the promoter because he should have relayed to his people like, hey, this is Roger Jackson. This is this person. Off limits. Off limits. If you do something with him, keep it light. Don't do something stupid. That's what I'm saying. It falls on he didn't do his homework. He didn't follow the proper channels. Because if I'm in the situation and I'm putting this situation together, as far as like this entire event together, I'm doing a background check on every fucking thing that is involved coming running through my thing. That could be the OCD in me, and that could be the micromanagement in me. But that's just me. So now we're here. And now we got to deal with the consequences. The consequences is the guy is in the hospital recovering. He suffered, he lost some teeth, fractured jaw, all because of a misunderstanding, like, hey, I'm not a worker. Oh shit, my bad. I thought you was working because I saw the camera. Happens all the time.
I mean, bruh, it ain't no simpler than we could put it than like something happened, you felt the level of disrespect and or whatever this person is trying to convey to you. Hey, my bad. I didn't mean that. I thought da 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 da. Da. And the craziest part about it is, if you look at that circle picture right now, the guy who egged it on with Raja is the same guy who's in the background looking like he can't wait to see Psycho Stu hit Raja with the can.
He set this shit up. He set
Like,
this shit up. It falls on that nigga.
are we just choosing to not pay attention to what the fuck is going on behind the scenes getting set up and stuff? Like, I'm just saying, and one of my homegirls, shout out to Lilfoot. Lilfoot was like, hey, listen, like the person who egged all this on was she said his name or whatever, do with that information what you will. When I saw Sis put that tweet out like that, that let me know right there, like, hey, either this nigga is a piece of shit behind the scenes and he does shit like this on purpose, or B, he messy as fuck and he just like to see shit started. Either way, it's like this dude is a piece of shit and he egged this shit on from the beginning.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like when I see people inside the industry put out tweets and statements and stuff like that, it makes me think like, wait a minute. Maybe there's something more to this than just what we see on the surface. Maybe there's some behind the scenes shit that's going on that like caused this to happen or whatever, or there were people who were driving this to this point, pushing buttons on both sides of the incident that caused this to happen.
Yep. And my stand, and when more information comes out, my stance will remain the same. Nigga went too far. Point blank, period.
Way too far.
Way too far. Moving on to WWE Clash in Paris before we get up out of here. And I guess we can reference what happened on Raw. Speaking of people getting upset, Becky Lynch pissed off some people with her Ozzy Osbourne comment on Raw. More specifically, Kelly Osbourne herself.
Hey, bro, I'd be glad when Becky loses fucking title to Nikki at Clash.
You think she loses here?
I hope she do. She probably won't, but I hope she do.
Yeah. That was a solid match. Like the crowd itself was crazy. Jey Uso, Crash Out Jey Uso might be back as well.
There's nothing better in WWE at the top of the card. Well, I won't say there's nothing. Like Crash Out Jey Uso is one of the better things that WWE has at the top of his card. That's what I'll say.
Oh yeah. And then we got the potential love triangle between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Asuka.
Hey, bro. I don't care what happens. I just love all this angle and everything that's going on with it because I love all these ladies involved. I love the emotes. I love the moves. I love the wrestling. I love the backstage stuff. I love that Oscar and Kyrie saw Io and Rhea kissing and making up or whatever and got pissed off about it and walked off. Like I'm just loving this storyline. That's all I got to say.
All right, now it's time for us to switch gears to WWE Clash in Paris, which will be headlined by the world title match, but as well as one of the final matches of John Cena in Paris. And I know I mentioned nothing happening on SmackDown. I lied. John Cena cooked this man on SmackDown in that promo.
John Cena needs to go over Logan Paul for real. Like let's not even pretend like there's another result for this match that would make sense moving forward. Even if you try to explain to me and say, well, if Logan Paul goes over on John Cena, it'll make him more, bruh. I don't give a fuck about Logan Paul being more validated. Logan Paul is always going to be validated in the eyes of WWE because he has a platform. He has millions of followers, and whether we like it or not, he's proven that he can put on a performance that's respectable enough for a pay-per-view match against one of the main roster talents. He's proven that time and time again. So it is what it is. But he's also he's like Logan Paul is basically the Miz if the Miz just stayed a reality star.
Damn.
That's what Logan Paul is. He's the guy that you call in part-time to bring in to say, hey, you have this platform. You're a wrestler. Call you in, bring you in. You heal it up. You run this program, and then you lose. That's what Logan Paul is.
So we both basically agree that John Cena's going over.
Goddamn right.
I'm like, because
He better. Shit.
I actually enjoyed that promo in a while. So this basically proved to me that the heel turn was a mistake because they didn't have a long-term plan
Nope.
for John Cena. And he's at his best when he's that just, I don't give a fuck, babyface. I'm going to tell you how you is. And speaking of telling you how you is, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins and his multitude of random ass clothing will defend his World Heavyweight Championship in a fatal 4-way match against main event Jey Uso, LA Knight, CM Punk.
Seth needs to retain his fucking title, bro.
This is his first title defense, of course.
He needs to retain his title. Like, for real, for real. He needs to retain that title. Because not only is this his first title defense, but like, bruh.
Who you think he takes the pin?
LA Knight.
I put that down too.
Yeah.
like my brother, yeah.
But because it's a 4-way match, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some, chicanery involved.
Oh, it is.
Somebody else takes the pin, but Seth is retained.
Oh yeah, without question. The next match we have the good old fashioned Donnybrook between Sheamus and Rusev. So this is basically gonna be just big meaty men smacking meat. Crazy
again.
Crazy fest.
I think Sheamus wins this one.
You think so?
I think Sheamus wins this one, and the only reason why I say I think Sheamus wins this one is because they've been putting Rusev over a lot in the segments and in the matches that they've had on Raw. So I think it's time for Sheamus to get his get back.
I can see that, but also you saying putting over Rusev, I think they need to put him over in a big way and win this one because I ain't gonna lie, I keep forgetting this nigga's on the roster until he pops up.
Bro, that's another reason. That's a good. It's hard for me, but like I love. Oh, hold up, my bad. I be
No,
having
you
people
good.
call me and shit, but like, nah. I think if Rusev won this one, it would put him over as a major heel moving forward. So whether he moves after a mid card title or I don't think they'll put him against Seth against the heavyweight title. Like I don't know, man, but I could. The only reason why I'm picking Sheamus is because I think that if Sheamus wins this battle, that would give him like clearance to say, "Hey, I want to challenge Seth for the main title." That would give Seth another victory in another feud to further establish him as the champion on that brand instead of Rusev.
Oh yeah. Speaking of champions, we have Becky Lynch defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Nikki Bella. Speaking of championships, also the Women's World Championship match has been moved off of Clash in Paris because of Naomi being with child. So that match is going to be announced at a later date.
You know, and I'm not mad that they put this one in its place. Because like we were talking about it in another group chat that I was in that like they're trying to make sure they put this on former world champions, Hall of Famers, and whatnot to further establish this Intercontinental Women's title. And I love the way it's going. Um, if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Becky Lynch because she's going to be there more long term. Although I would love to see Nikki Bella.
I feel like she's going to cheat though because it's Becky.
Exactly. That's why I feel like Becky's going to retain is because she's going to do something to cheat to win.
And the last match, I don't know why my notes keep acting stupid. The last match will be Shu versus Ulafala, the Shulafala versus Ulafala, the Tribal Chief versus the Tribal Thief, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. I think they're slowly phasing out the big part of his name. Thank God.
Hey man, Roman Reigns need to win just because like a nigga took 2 pairs of your shoes, dog. Like fuck that. Like nigga, if you bro, I'm not a little dude. I don't give a fuck what size you are. If you try to take my shoes from me, I don't care if you're successful or not. Nigga, I am coming with grenades, guns, knives, everything in the arsenal I could think of to
I
get my
am
shit back,
stealing.
whether you successful or not. I don't give a fuck if you success, nigga. Even if you don't take my shoe, it's the fact that you even tried to take my shoes off my fucking feet and make me go home barefoot.
Twice.
Like what? And you succeeded twice, bro.
He tried again on Monday too.
Bro, this is beyond man code. This is beyond shoehead. This is beyond sneaker. This is beyond all that. This is like on some hardcore, like some man type of shit. Like nigga, what?
Listen, I'm gonna steal a joke from Twitter that I saw when they was talking about WWE draft is going to be on ESPN, but ESPN personalities because absolutely not. I'm gonna steal a joke here and put it here. I don't care if it's TLC, ABC, Roman and 5.
Roman and 5.
Roman and 5.
Roman and 5.
Look,
That's my tribal chief, man. It's my quarterback. Say, bro, like for real though, like nigga, I don't know, bro. Like if a nigga ever tried to steal some shit off of you or something like that, man, like I remember one time that shit happened to me, like on some slick shit. And niggas was mad when I came back with some even more fly shit that was even more fly than what they stole from me. And after that, niggas was just like, man, fuck it, leave that nigga alone, man. Like, cause like we obviously see like where like he got resources. And we obviously see like we didn't put a dent into his pockets or whatever. We made him actually get more. He got worse instead of getting better. Like, just leave that nigga alone.
Yeah, at this point.
That's what made me wear the Versace shirt to the school dance that year in senior high school. That's a throwback Thursday picture if y'all ever seen it on Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Versace.
I wish I still had that damn shirt. I don't know what the fuck I did with that shirt, but that was a very expensive shirt that I wish I still had to this day.
Yeah, man. Speaking of things that we had to this day, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode because that's all we got for you this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our takes and our thoughts and opinions on certain things that's going on. Whether you agree or you don't, makes me know never mind. I'm still gonna sleep at night because regardless, opinions are like butts. We all have them.
Yep.
So
And
it is what it is. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
For work.
You said what?
About to open up these index cards because I gotta study.
Oh yeah, I'm about to take a nap because I'm about to crash myself. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will be right back here next week. I believe so. The show is gonna run regardless, but we're gonna be back here next week doing our thing. And make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast, scan that QR code. Make sure you guys follow GRESH Unleashed Pod, GRESH Unleashed, everywhere you listen to your podcast. And hopefully you guys enjoy what we bring to the table every single week. That we try our best to be as right down the middle as well as realistic and funny as much as possible. But nevertheless, we appreciate you guys for continued support. www.gressunleashed.com. Make sure you guys tap into Sucio Boys Sports. I always get tongue-tied when I'm introducing
Sucio Sports.
Yes, Sucio Sports. Make sure you guys tap into that tomorrow. Jermaine, he said he will be there regardless, even if he got to chug down Red Bull, whatever the case may be. But yeah, it will be there. And as far as Public Enemies, I will not be there this week. I have to work. I have a show that's going to be going down late to like 10 p.m. But yeah, make sure you guys tap into Public Enemies podcast with Graham, CJ, and I believe Ben, if he's feeling better, because he had the suds last week. So he may be feeling better.
Yeah, that's right.
We will see. But nevertheless,
last week.
The grind will continue because whatever isn't discussed here is discussed there and vice versa. But nevertheless, it's a family affair and we're having fun. But with that being said, you guys stay safe out here. Like legit, be safe. Don't do anything stupid to get
Don't go overboard.
Don't go overboard.
Don't go to jail.
Don't go to jail or don't ignite a race war on social media because you went stupid. But nevertheless, y'all take it easy. And be crazy.
We out of here.
Man, that nigga really